So that thing turned out to be a little more stubborn than I thought, so I decided to just soak it in some acetone and see if we can loosen it up a little bit. But next thing I'm going to do here is, you can see it's a C-clip here with some snap ring pliers, or snap ring I should say. Snap ring pliers. I'm going to try and finesse that clip out. Probably going to have to switch to my vertical plier teeth instead of the 90-degree angle one, so let me do that real quick. Sorry, I went ahead and took it off. Instead of using those snap ring pliers, I found I had a nice pair of round nose pliers that I've used quite often to pull these snap rings off. So I managed to get the snap ring off. That's retaining that bearing in there. Now it looks like our next step is going to be to take this front housing off. The only issue I've got right now is that this prop thrust washer is held in place with a Woodruff key, but due to the first times it was run, apparently it's got enough varnish built up on there that it should just pull right off. This thing is on there. Instead of me trying to heat this up now, I'm going to go ahead and just take the front end of the crankcase off, and that'll all come with it, and then I can deal with that part later. So again, there's going to be a paper gasket sealing these crankcase pieces together, the front bell on there. It looks like there's a little garbage in there. That paper gasket more than likely will be destroyed again, but no big deal. We can come up with another one, or another alternative means to seal it. Again, by the way, this felt, I'm probably the first person that's actually disassembled this engine since it was put together at the factory, which is kind of cool actually. And I can guarantee you that this thing ain't just going to pop right off. I'm probably going to have to go out and secure this in my workmate and kind of nudge this a little bit with a rubber mallet to try and cock it, loosen it up, break it loose. It's going to need a little bit of an impact here, very carefully placed, to break that first seal and get it loosened up so I can take it off. So I'm going to go out and do that. Finally managed to work this thing loose. So actually what I ended up doing was just gently put a screwdriver in there and just kind of walked it around. As you can see, it just fell apart here. So here's the end with the crankshaft, and like I said, that paper gasket on this thing is just completely toast, and it's going to take quite a bit of effort to clean that up. But now we're starting to get to the part where I wanted to see what's going on in here. These bearings don't feel the best. I'm not sure if it's the front or the rear one, but I'm probably going to end up having to order a set and replace it, and you can see there's quite a bit of gunk built up there. This thing's going to require some pretty extensive cleaning. So it's pretty dark in there. What I'll probably end up doing is, once I get this all apart, I need to tap this crankshaft out first, which I'm probably going to go and put it in my workmate, heat this thing up pretty warm, and that should kind of start to melt some of that burnt caster. I'll put a piece of foam or something underneath this so that when I tap this thing out and the crankshaft drops out, it drops onto a nice piece of foam. Here you can see connecting rod. I want to make special note that I know which direction this thing comes out when I go to pull the piston out, which I haven't done yet. See if I can kind of very gently push this piston out. Front. Don't see any kind of markings or anything that indicate which side's the front. I'm going to lay this down so that the front is up, and I'm going to go get a marker and just put a mark on it so I know that that's the front, and I'm going to be careful not to turn this ring or anything like that or move anything else here at all. I know it came out just like that, so I'm going to put a little mark on it. Actually, I probably need to wipe a little clean spot on there so the marker has a chance of sticking. Let me get something to mark that with, and then we'll move on.